Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Um, which video is this?
This is video 4, because he forgets, and Rosemary.
Oh, very good.
Rosemary we're up to.
Another great herb and a favourite of mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
Oh, no, you can go.
Oh, I can go, yes. All right, so Rosemary. Rosemary, as we know, Remembrance Day is the oil of remembrance, so it's really good for the brain. And I'll excuse my background music because it's Buster serenading me here. All right, so rosemary supports the digestive system, the emotional, the endocrine system, the immune nervous system, and respiratory. So it helps with a lot of systems. It's a very powerful oil. Rosemary doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's anti-bacterial, antifungal, anti-infectious, and anti-inflammatory as well.
It's another one that I should get.
Yes, I know. And it's good for memory. Really good for memory.
I'm not bad with that. It's just the hearing. Mind you, my hearing's pretty good with Buster today.
See? Yeah. I think he's got selective hearing, but just
Come on.
All right, so I'm going to put a safety warning in with rosemary. Okay, so rosemary is not to be used with people with epilepsy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, or high blood pressure. Okay, so rosemary is an oil with caution there. But on the emotional side for rosemary, it's the oil of knowledge. It helps people with learning disabilities, so I don't think we will give any to good old Buster. It brings mental clarity and knowledge and helps to open up new experiences. And gives us the ability to adjust to things. So I personally use it when I've got a project to do, or I need to finish some bookkeeping or something like that.
So,
I need to focus.
as in putting it in an oil burner, or
I use it in a diffuser. Like if I need a project to do, as in to do some posts, or
might be another one that I should put in my office.
I'm just going to ignore you. To do some accounting and get my bookwork up to date, and I need focus. I do 2 dots basil, 2 lemon, and 2 rosemary. And I know I've given you that in the basil one, but that really is my go-to concentration oil. So
very good. I think the kids used to get that when they were studying, didn't they?
They did get it when they studied. Maybe we could do it so you can hurry up and finish your book.
Yes, I know. I'm trying.
Maybe in the comments, if you're wanting to finish his book, put in the comments below.
Oh, no,
yes, please.
I'll get the message. Well,
I don't know. We'll see if the people out there want you to finish your book.
Okay.
So, yes. So, you tell me about your rosemary.
Okay, so evergreen foliage, small shrub. Don't let it get away because it gets really thin and woody very quickly. So, it's a great alternative. I mean, people spend a lot of time and effort and a lot of money on English box for a hedge. And I've got to tell you that rosemary outdoes it every time. It's easy to grow. It's cheap in comparison. And it responds really well to cutting back. We've got a hedge out the front, which I've allowed to get, sort of 4 foot tall. And boy, it flowers a lot, So fantastic for, rallying in all the beneficial insects, including, the European honeybee. But bear in mind that there are many more pollinators than just the European honeybee, not the least of which the white cabbage moth, also a very good pollinator. But if you're growing nutrient-dense plants, you're not going to get hit with the cabbage white butterfly. So another one also to grow in tubs, you can take the tub to the problem. So a lot of these herbs that are very strong, that have strong aromatic foliage, is a great deterrent from sap-sucking insects, things like thrip and whitefly and the like. So it's a good one to have in a pot to make it mobile.
And this is the one when we built here, because we started from scratch here. Where we were living, we took cuttings of the rosemary, and we had all these little tubes of cuttings, and that's actually what we put in.
I've actually got photos. I sort of say to people, don't go buying $20-30 pots of rosemary. Buy one and then cut it back and take all of those cuttings in. Seriously, within 6 weeks, you will have all the plants you need. And the ones that you've taken the cuttings from, when you plant those in the ground next to the one that you paid $20, $35 for, the cutting grown ones will outcompete and will outgrow the ones that are in the pot. It's remarkable. So don't go spending a lot of money on big pots. Better off to start off small. They're not fussy about where they grow. They grow in a wide variety of different types of soil. So don't get too bogged down in what preparing soil and that sort of stuff. What else can I tell you? Cutting it back obviously is to keep it nice and vigorous, I guess, is for want of a better word. Any old wood that you can cut out, the better, to try and reinvigorate the younger stuff. And one of the other things I also do when I trim the hedges is I take some of it up and I throw it in the chooks bedding. I don't do that often, but the oils rub off on their skins and it often will delouse them if they've got some lice or mites on them. So it's not a bad one to have. It's a bit like wormwood, as a matter of fact. And of course, you dry the leaves, to have in your spice rack or your herbs and spices. And one of the other great things, and we don't do this near enough either, it's a great accompaniment to lamb for those of you who eat lamb. And in a roast, I mean, there's just nothing better than garlic, rosemary, and lamb. It's a marriage made in heaven, really. And of course, you can also use the woodier stems. You sharpen the point of them and strip the leaves off, bar the end, and use them as a shish kebab, basically. So you can put other vegetables and other pieces of meat on there and toss them on the barbecue. So I also sometimes will brush. You grab half a dozen pieces and dip them in some olive oil and brush that over meat while I'm cooking on the barbecue. That's also another great one to remember. Like everything, make sure that you're feeding soil around these plants and not feeding the plant. Mainly because if you're using inorganic fertilisers on any of these sorts of herbs, what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of thin, wispy growth and not much substance, and you'll tend to get more growth than you will flower buds and flowers, which is really the opposite of what you want. So again, just try and practice where you possibly can. Stop fertilising plants. Make sure you're feeding soil with good, diverse organic compost that you've made yourself. Sift it, and you don't have to spend a lot of time at it, and just simply broadcast it between the plants. Water it in immediately. Don't do too big an area so that it's not left out in the sun, and it will make its way down to the soil. And of course, the insects and the worms will do the rest for you. So don't forget the oil class on Tuesday night,
8 p.m. Melbourne time. That
Kerry runs. Now that's going to change, is it, as daylight savings ends?
8 p.m. Melbourne time.
There you go. See, Kerry Castree Wellness. If you're looking to get oils and other bits and pieces.
No, if you want oils, you go to kerrycastree.com.au.
Oh, sorry.
And Kerry Castree Wellness on Facebook to chase up my oil class on Tuesdays. Plus, there's a couple of recordings back from the last few classes, so you can catch up on them as well. Yes.
Okay, and powertochoose.com.au.
Yep, that has a 5-day-a-week blog on different things, on mindset and things like that. Yep.
If you're a little bit stuck in life and not sure how to move forward and you're forever looking back. And in Rosemary, very helpful. What book can I find, Rosemary? Plant Profiles. There is an article in there on plant profiles. Either the e-book version of it or the printed copy. And of course, more information in all of my books on how to grow edible gardens. So, craigcastree.com.au. So we look forward to seeing you again next week. Another week time, yeah. So, bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.